Hi, I'm Bryn Blaze with Career Conversations, and today I'm interviewing.
Ben Kalb,
Awesome.
freelance computer programmer.
Can you describe yourself in 3 to 5 words on who you were as a high school student?
As a high school student, I was a massive nerd.
Okay, I see. Um, and do you think that has been a gateway to where you are today?
I mean, sure,
Okay.
it certainly hasn't hurt. On the other hand, people I've worked with have been not massive nerds in high school.
Yeah. Okay. So your career field's open to literally anyone.
Sure.
I see. Can you share a little bit about your professional journey, where you got to where you are today?
Absolutely. When I went to college, I had no idea what I wanted to do with my life.
Mhm.
And I chose my field there based on what I was good at,
Mhm.
which was math and science, all
Yeah.
the things that you're good at in high school, whatever. But that led me to college, where I studied applied physics and computer game development.
Yeah.
And from there, becoming independent was pretty much the easiest way to do what I wanted. Now, I was fortunate enough to be in a position where I could jump straight into starting my own business and being a freelance sort of worker, finding work where I could find it. That's not a position everyone finds themselves in, so I know I'm very lucky to be able to have done that. Uh, but that's the path I took.
I see.
Was studying the things I was good at and then working at the things I enjoy.
That's good. Did you always want to be in this career field, or did you just kind of fall into it?
Oh, much the latter. I definitely fell into it. Like I said, I chose my college major based on the high school classes I got the best grades in.
True, yeah.
Rather than any sort of burning desire or plan for my life.
Yeah.
From there, it really was just one thing leading to another.
That's really cool. So you said you went to college. Are there any education/certifications you have to get to be where you are today, whether it be in the business side of this or the computer programming?
There certainly are none that are hard requirements, although there are a wide variety of sorts of education and certifications, both official and unofficial, that are very helpful.
Yeah.
In the world of freelance programming, though, where you're not trying to convince a hiring director to give you a job, instead you're trying to convince business owners to hire you to transform their business into something better. It's a lot more about what you've done rather than badges that you've earned.
I see. So more of the portfolio.
Exactly.
Personal portfolio. Okay. What does your day look like from day to day? Your daily tasks?
At the basic level, I type for a living.
Okay.
I sit in front of a computer pretty much straight, and it's a combination of it's either I'm working on programming, which is just typing, or I'm finding more work, which is sales.
Yeah.
Talking to people about how their business works, trying to figure out a way that technology might help make that easier or more reliable or faster.
Yeah. Okay. What skills would one have to possess to be able to make it in this career field?
Well, the two sides to it that I just talked about, the sales side and the programming side, are pretty disparate, pretty disconnected skill sets.
Yeah.
The sales side is all about understanding people and understanding their struggles and their businesses, and being able to convince them that their lives, that spending a whole bunch of money on me will make their lives easier in a way that's worth it for them.
Yeah.
And then the computer programming side is, the skills there are, it's mathematics, basically. It's about being able to look at a problem and break it down into smaller pieces and understand how to solve each one of those pieces, and then how to put those little solutions back together into a more complicated program.
I got you. Okay. What would you say the job outlook is for this specific career field?
Software development in general is still a good place to be. I mean, they talk about AI as being the doom of whatever, and it certainly will affect careers that are glorified typists first.
Yeah.
before the AI will take over programmers' jobs before it takes over plumbers' jobs,
Yes.
for example.
Yeah.
But I think we're still far enough from that people who are in high school now could reasonably find work as programmers in the future. Okay. before the apocalypse hits us. On the other hand, it'll come for the weakest first. Mm-hmm. So aptitude is important.
Yes. Okay. What is one aspect of your job that a lot of people who are outside the career field would not even think about that is included?
Well, on the freelance side, that's the thing that most people forget about or don't think about is all the running a business side of it. Mm-hmm. So there's a whole bunch of paperwork, and then you have to find a place to work, and sometimes that can be your living room, but if you want to like entertain clients and meet with them to talk about something, talk about what you're trying to sell them, it's nice to have a conference room. And then that means that somebody needs to clean the conference room.
Yes.
And. So it's really all of the, like, it's very easy to imagine doing the work that I do and imagine what I'm doing, like the actual work.
Yes.
Is much easier to imagine than all of the other stuff that needs to be done to make that possible and make that profitable.
Yeah. Awesome. And what does your company look like right now? Is it just you and your business partner?
So there are 4 of us now.
Okay.
And we each wear different hats because there's plenty of work to be done, of different types of work to be done.
I see. So what is your specific role?
So my main role is programming. I do the lion's share of the actual coding, the typing, as it were.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's pretty much my primary focus. Although I'm also one of the managing partners, and so I'm in charge of running the business side of it as well.
I see. Okay. What tools and software do you use?
I use Visual Studio on Windows to do my coding.
Okay.
There are a variety of programming tools, and there really isn't. There's no reason to fight about what tools you use to get programming done.
Yeah, it's all just the same in the end.
There's both sides of that argument are correct. On the one hand, you can adapt whatever tool, you can find a way to solve the problem you're facing with whatever tool you're most comfortable with.
Yeah.
And that's good because it saves time on learning a new tool.
Mm-hmm.
On the other hand, there are lots of different kinds of problems, and people will argue until they're blue in the face about which tool is the best to solve a particular problem. My opinion is it's best to use the tool that you're most familiar with. Mm-hmm. Because that will lead to the least amount of wasted time, even if the final solution you come up with even if you're going to accomplish the task in more time than it might take an expert in another tool, it'll still be faster for you to use the tool that you're good at, that you already know how to use, rather than try and learn this thing that somebody else is telling you is better.
Okay. How would a high school student start to get into this field?
Fortunately, in the modern world, that's the easiest thing there is. There are a billion coding tutorials on the internet.
Yeah.
And so the answer is really just go make something. And if you're the best way to do that is to find a problem in your life or in the lives of somebody, of a friend or acquaintance that you know, and create a solution to that. And for a high school student, that could be a club that you're a member of, or some sort of other society or group, or even just your friends. If you're in a band, make them a website, make them some sort of player app for to listen to their music.
Yeah.
Or if you're in a chess club, for example, make a tournament organizing app so that you can have tournaments within your club and see who the best is.
Yeah.
In a more organized and digital way that both lets you learn how to do it and starts building that portfolio that we talked about.
Yes, which is important in your field. Okay, yeah, killing 2 birds with 1 stone. That's awesome. What is one of the hardest challenges you faced in your field?
The hardest part for me personally is the sales part, just because I'm not as good at that part as I am at the programming.
Yeah.
Fortunately, I've found excellent partners who are better at it than me, and that has made it so that when I fail at that, it's not the end of the world, and they can go do that part, and I can just focus on the stuff that I'm good at.
Yeah. So, okay, going off the sales bit, if someone works for a company rather than own their own business,
Mhm.
do they still have to do sales pitches?
Um, that's probably one of the big benefits of working for a larger company is
Mhm.
that your niche becomes smaller.
Okay,
So the
okay,
number of hats you have to wear decreases.
okay.
Now you still have to sort of understand
Yeah.
what you're trying to accomplish. So you
Mhm.
still have to understand what their hardships, what your client's hardships are,
Yeah,
but you don't have to then convince them to give you their money in exchange for making those hardships easier.
I
That's
see.
somebody else's job.
Okay, okay. Um, and do you have any advice to students before going into the pursuing this career field?
Before pursuing it as a career field, I'd say try it out. Do
Mhm.
it for a while. Build something like we talked about earlier
Yeah,
that will not only give you that practice that we talked about, but it'll more importantly, it'll tell you if you enjoy it and if you're any good at it.
yeah,
Um, and it's not like you have to be an expert at something on the first try. That is not what I mean at all. But it is important to sort of play to your aptitudes.
mhm,
So if you find that it's enjoyable to learn how to the learning process of getting better at it is enjoyable, then you're in good shape for making a career out of it. But
I
if you
see.
find that it's really annoying when the thing doesn't work the first time you try it and the process of debugging it and making it work is torture for you,
Mhm.
maybe that's not the career for you.
Yeah. For those students who are not looking into going into a college right after high school, do you think a college degree would be beneficial for this?
College degree is definitely beneficial. It
Mhm.
is not necessary,
Okay,
but you'd really need to have a strong portfolio to offset the lack of a college degree.
gotcha.
Now, on the freelance side, the requirements are softer
Yes.
because none of my clients care where I went to school. They just care what I've done.
Yeah,
Um, but if you're looking for a corporate programming job, then the degree requirements are pretty stiff.
I see. Okay. What sources do you use that are not necessarily academically based that helps you in your career?
In programming, there are wonderful, the internet was built by programmers,
Hmm.
and so there are a huge number of very valuable resources online for learning programming and for solving problems that I run into on a daily basis. Google is my best friend, and I can always find, very nearly always find the answers to whatever I'm looking for, uh, just out there somewhere.
Yeah. Okay. Awesome. Well, thank you so much for joining us. That is all I have for you today. Is there anything else you'd like to add to our listeners?
No, I think we covered everything I needed to say.
Awesome.
Thank you very much.
Yes, of course. This will be the conclusion to the Career Conversations podcast.